Today, the A Collision with Purpose Project Spotlight is on Mr. Gary Howard. Mr. Howard is a husband, an entrepreneur, a deacon, and a visionary. Folks, let us welcome Mr. Howard to the A Collision with Purpose Project under the Spotlight.
Hello, and thank you, Dr. Laxley. I'm grateful and I'm thankful, and I'm excited to be a part of this whole project and look forward to seeing what good and greatness will come out of this. Thank you for inviting me into this conversation.
So, was it a specific event or a series of events that was occurring in your life that was that wake-up call for you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And it started at an early age. And most of it became, honestly, a test to what spiritually impact my life. At the nursing home, this is spooky for some that may not believe and don't understand, but it's the God honest truth. Dr. Stephenson, I was pushing a patient down to what would be the dining room. And out of nowhere, I felt a cold wind, as some would say, a breath of fresh air just came through the hallway where I was rolling this patient down to the dining room. But it was accompanied by a small, quiet voice that I never heard before. And that voice said to me, "You'll never want for nothing." And I looked to my left, I looked to my right, like, who said that? I stopped with that patient in the middle of the floor because I could not believe I heard somebody say, "You'll never want for nothing." It blew me away. So my whole life has been to operate in faith, believing, but wondering if I would ever want for anything. In other words, I would do whatever, because I believe that in doing it, that I would want for nothing. And sir, I'm here to say, not just because of what I heard, but because I was willing to apply the work to what I heard. You see, I was then able to accomplish the things that left me in a place to where I never really truly wanted for anything. And I'll say this, when I compare it to the teachings of my mother and my father, and I remember just things in life. I was in elementary school. The teacher wanted to promote me because she felt like I was doing well enough to where I could be in the next grade. And I never will forget that that same teacher gave me a ride home because she was keeping me after school every day, testing me. And she gave me a ride home. And every one of my childhood friends in the neighborhood, they asked me who was that lady that gave me a ride. I said, that's my school teacher that gave me a ride home. They said, she must be rich. She was driving a Mercedes Benz. I'd never heard of a Mercedes Benz in my life. You understand, I'm the baby of 14. And I'm coming home from elementary school, which means my older sisters and brothers, they well on in age and they gone. So I get in the house and I ask my mom, I said, Mom, I said, my teacher must be rich. I said, because all my friends outside told me that she was driving a Mercedes Benz. And so the thing that still rings extremely clear in my ears, sir, my mother's reply was, well, no, you don't have to be rich to drive a Mercedes. You just have to be willing to pay for it. So I found out, my mom told me, and my dad told me, he said, if you're willing to go to work for it, you could have what you want. And so I found myself always paying attention to the voice that I heard, you'll never want for nothing. But then I package it with what my mom and dad said. You can have anything you want as long as you're willing to work for it.
That is so awesome.
I find myself just working for what I want. And so that, along with recognizing a purpose in your life, It keeps you grounded. Don't have a desire in your heart and not be willing to work. The Bible says faith without works is dead. The Bible says if you want to be pleasing unto God, then you have to have faith. In other words, he said it's impossible to please God without faith. So I want somebody that's listening today to recognize purpose in life means you're going to have to operate with a certain level of faith. You won't get to that purpose. You won't obtain purpose in your life if you just can't even believe in the least common denominator of all of it, and that is yourself. You have to believe in yourself. You have to.
You know, believing in self, you can't say enough of that. You know, because at the end of the day, you can be gifted with so many things, but if you're not willing to go out there and take that walk and do what is necessary, then it's all gifts gone wasted.